Hi guys, welcome to Unfolding Narrative. I'm Kiara, your host, and today we are talking about birth control. It's something that impacts millions around the world, but let's be honest, it's still a bit confusing or awkward to discuss sometimes. That's why I brought a special guest today, my friend Yair. Together we are going to break down the different types of birth control, talk about long-term effects, and as well why education is so important when making life-changing decisions.
Thank you for having me. Birth control is an important topic, and it affects so many lives. I feel a lot of people have used it for years without fully knowing its reach or potential.
Whether you're thinking of birth control for the first time, thinking of switching methods, or just want to know more about your options, we got you. Over the years, birth control has really changed. There are so many options now, from daily pills to long-term methods like IUDs, which are intrauterine devices. So let's get into different types of available birth control and which one might be a good fit for you. Let's start with the basics. When it comes to birth control, there are a lot to choose from. You have from daily pills, long-term options like IUDs, and then injections and patches. Each has its own benefits and challenges, which is great but can feel a bit confusing. Yeah, could you help us break down the main differences between these?
For sure, each type of birth control works a little bit differently and has its ups and downs. For example, hormonal birth control methods like the pills, which are very common but require daily use. On the other hand, a hormonal IUD lasts for years and doesn't require much attention once it's placed. The pill is perfect if you want control over your schedule, but the IUD is a good low-maintenance option. Then you have methods like patch or injection, which offer different levels of good and come with their own side effects.
So if someone doesn't want to think about birth control every day, a long-term solution like an implant, injection, or an IUD might work for you. But if you rather want something you can stop at any time, I believe your best choice is a pill or a patch.
Exactly. The most important thing is knowing how each option might affect your body, both short and long term. It's a personal choice, and side effects can vary a lot from person to person.
And this brings up a really important point, understanding the long-term effects. Let's talk about the long-term effects. For a lot of people, this is something big when deciding a birth control method, especially if it's something they plan to stay on for years. Yeah, what are some of the long-term effects people should consider?
For some, hormonal birth control brings positive changes like lighter periods or clear skin, but it can also come with positive side effects like mood changes or weight changes. With non-hormonal options like the copper IUD, some might experience heavier period or cramps, especially at first.
Yeah, and it's interesting how methods can impact people differently. For example, I researched hormonal options like the pill, which might carry a slighter higher risk of blood clots. Meanwhile, an IUD might lead to a heavier period for some people, which is considering since many people start birth control at a young age. It's frustrating that we don't always get all the information or side effects up front.
Exactly. Everyone deserves to understand the full picture before making a choice. The benefits, side effects, and all options. Talking to a healthcare provider can be very helpful, but some people do not even know where to start or what to ask.
Totally. Choosing a method can affect you for years. So if it's really about finding what fits best for you and being okay with adjusting it. For a lot of people, this is a major factor in deciding on a birth control method, especially if they plan to stay on it for years. Actually, I could share a bit of my own experience. I got on birth control around 16, and honestly, it was a rough journey. I didn't feel like myself. My weight changed quickly. I didn't look how I used to before I got on birth control. I was very unhappy with myself and how I looked, and it really impacted my mental health. And for a while, I just didn't feel good about who I was. Now, a couple years later, I'm no longer on it. I feel much better about myself than before, but that experience taught me and reminded me that birth control affects everyone differently.
Thank you for sharing that, Kiara. It's true. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's something people don't always consider. Some might feel a great certainty, while others have side effects that can really take a turn.
Exactly, and that's why being informed is so important. You shouldn't feel alone if things aren't working for you. For anyone listening, remember that birth control is about what makes you feel your best, and it's okay if you need to try a few options before finding the right one. Alright, let's recap. When it comes to birth control, the most important thing is to make a choice that fits your lifestyle, and if something doesn't feel right, it's okay to explore more options. Asking questions, doing your own research, and looking at resources like Planned Parenthood can really help. We'll add a few links in the show notes for anyone wanting to dig deeper.
Absolutely. And remember, it's all about finding what works best for you. There's no one size fits all, so take your time with it.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining me, Yair. I hope this helps anyone out there to feel more safe in exploring their options.
Thank you for having me. I hope this conversation empowers more young people to make smart choices.
Same here. Thanks for everyone listening today. Be sure to subscribe to more conversations like this, and we'll catch you next time on Unfolding Narrative.